Glam babe, you know we bought that Norway life out here, so break out the Northern Lights palette if you have it. Step one, as always, is that we're going to start with your primer, so whichever one matches your skin tone. Obviously, I'm jumping in with that vanilla primer first, and I had it on before I started the video. Little point is I had my primer on already for a couple minutes before I made this video while I was setting up. It started to kind of melt, and that's normal. Until you actually put your eyeshadow on, that primer can crease and move and melt and mix. So I smooth it out before I start my makeup application. So we are going in first, as always, with our highlight shade because that's giving you grace in your blending. Just as in previous videos, you are going to be working off your past skill, those skills that you have been practicing all week. P.S. I'm proud of you. You girls are amazing. What's different with this particular setup is that today we are using the highlighter from the Northern Lights palette for both our underbrow hug, plus putting up the guard, plus setting up that inner corner of the eye. So all of that was done with the highlight shade. Next up, we're going in with the transition color, which is that really pretty soft gray. It's like the color of fog. So gorgeous. Now again, you are working on your previous skill set. You already know how to do this. Similar placement as all the other videos that we've done so far. You're going right above your natural crease, and your focus is that you're trying to make almost like a shape of a slice of pie. So it's going to be larger in the outer edge and get smaller into kind of like a point shape as you go up towards the inner part of the brow. Now in this video, I'm going to show you a little, I guess, strategy or hack, because sometimes when you're applying your transition color, something goes wrong. Can you see that there's like not blending going on? There's kind of like a harsh line. You see what I'm saying? In the past, I've told you all, just go in and use your fluffy crease brush and just go over it a couple times, dry brush it. And as you see, it's just not quite coming together for me. Like the line isn't softening enough. Has this happened to you yet? If so, I would like to introduce you to a little friend of mine. See that line? It's got to go. Now, if you've been around for a hot minute, you know about the Color Wash Genius. Meet its new companion. This brush will launch either late this week or early next week. It is a flat-topped version of the Color Wash Genius. So if you've been having trouble with your blend and you want to perfect the blend, this is the brush for you. The Color Wash Genius has not been available to us as a brand for a good month or so. We are having set manufactured right now, but just takes a while to get here. But in the meantime, we have a flat top version, which I'm in love with. Okay, next up, we're gonna go into Intensifier. It's that really rich, sexy royal blue. And today's video is different. We are going to pat press the intensifier using the oval compressed brush. You can see it. I'm taking it up to my natural crease. If you have monolid or what's labeled as droopy eyelids, you're going to go a little bit higher than your natural crease so that when your eye is open, you can still see the color. And at the beginning, I had my brush handle pointed toward the floor. You see, to get to that lash line, the brush handle's up in the air. So you can get right down to the lash line, and I'm taking it approximately halfway across. We're familiar with doing a dry brush, and that's our goal here. It's a back and forth eraser type of application, and our goal is to soften the line of our intensifier. Now we're ready to add an accent. I'm going with the middle green shade. Okay, so pointing at it, so we're clear. It's a really delicious shimmering sage color. Goodness. Okay, staying with the oval compressed brush, I'm pat pressing and kind of doing a little bit of a swipe so that my accent and my intensifier easily marry. We set the stage for them to become great friends just by softening the line of the intensifier before adding any more green. Okay, now notice how I didn't take my green all the way into the inner corner? it's time to go with actually highlighter. That might shock you a little bit. My eyes are considered more close set. We're gonna get a little bit more into that concept on tomorrow's video. So notice that instead of taking my green all the way to my tear duct, I left a gap, I left some space. And in that space, I'm adding highlight and then taking anything that's left over on my brush, which is the fluffy crease, and I'm softening that line of where my intensifier meets my crease and where my accent color meets my crease. So just take a minute, blend it out. This is like very controlled. I'm not making it super huge, just very controlled. Now, if you have trouble with the blending, I love that face, just by the way, I had to pop that in this video. Gotta love your coworkers. Okay, back to this amazing brush that we were chatting about. The Color Wash Genius will not be available to us for probably another month or two, and in the meantime, we're launching its companion. So I'm going in with this delicious flat-topped, kind of a buffer brush that's micro for the eye area, and it just deliciously blended everything, making it goals. Okay, so going in and analyzing, I love the way it's blended, and this is the moment that you can decide, okay, do I want to intensify? Do I want to make this a night look or a day look? Sing your favorite song while you do your makeup, by the way. I think it turns out better. I decided to go a little bit more dramatic, which means I'm taking that middle green accent color, and I'm going in and doing an under eye halo. Now, I have not popped in any liner just yet. This is strictly an eyeshadow halo. And I'm closing out my corner, making sure I give it a really nice, pretty lift and everything looks fabulous. However, upon seeing it, I was like, oh gosh, I still need to go shopping today. This is a bit much. I think I need to soften it out. So we're gonna go in with that beautiful, foggy, gray transition and just soften everything. If you ever feel like you've overdone it in the under eye, you can go with a lighter color. So that light gray fog tone kind of cancels out a bit of my accent and makes it bigger, softer, less of a harsh line. So you can totally play with that. I'm just giving you a couple more tools for your inner glam toolbox. Okay, that's much better. And of course, I like a little bit of Papa Shimma, so I'm over the top. I went in with it. I'm like, I'm coming for you, inner corner. This is Sugar Cakes, our original illuminating highlighter. So I really blew out the inner corner underneath my tear duct. And, let's just go for it. I'm going to pop in a little bit more. Let's go and hug that arch. Just hug it. Just hug the arch. Okay, that's fabulous. Any little cleanup that's necessary, you go for it, honey girl. And like I said, pop on your favorite jams. Turn on your favorite song. I feel like it makes everything come out better. On tomorrow's video, I'm going to show you a beautiful variation to this. And just a heads up, today's bundle of the day was the eyeliner to do your tight line, which is how I finished this look out. That's the blue suede liner. I did also add our holiday lip color, which is stunning. It's actually called Stunning. And that's a metallic. And just topped the cake with a little sparkle, because holiday. This is a very limited edition sparkle. We only have 10 of these bundles, and it is a color called Nostalgia. It's a gorgeous holiday green. Now, if you're interested in saving cash money, keep in mind you get to double up your savings. You can use your code I'mElite at checkout on that bundle and save an extra 5%. And I hope that you're very inspired by the Northern Lights.